And why is it still an increasing trend? I'm sure all you know, with recent Reserve Bank announcement, some changes has made to some of the property market in New Zealand, especially for investors. In terms of loan value ratio, which means the percentage of lending over the property value, which has changed from 80% last year and down to 70% early this year, and now 2 weeks ago announced to be 60% maximum on an investment property. So which means that 40% of deposit has to put forward into the purchase. That can be a cash from your savings or a top up from the equity of your current property. Not only that, but the debt to income, which means the servicing ability, is tightened up as well, which means also the high income for the same amount of loan compared to last year. So it's getting difficult. In October last year, the government has passed a capital gain tax law, which applies to the investment property. And so for property who is bought and sold between the 2 years period of time, they have to apply tax. Not only that, Reserve Bank also putting criteria on no more lendings on overseas investors or overseas income earner. They stop it all. So why the government is doing that? Why the government putting all this restriction on the property market or towards the bank? Because the government trying to prevent the property price inflated more or further, and also trying to keep the property price actually cool down in this overly heated market. Chairman, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, who thinks the property price continue to rise? Who thinks will be coming down? I'm sure everyone has a reason or a few factors to give you to support your saying. And yes, the property price has affected by the market, and the market is influenced by few factors. Number one is inflation. From the statistic of New Zealand, it shows that 0.4% of increase in inflation in the last 2 quarters. So this is the basic factors that will put the price up. Number two, more job opportunities and average income is higher. At the moment, it's got more job available on the market, and more young professional people you can see actually flooding in the working market. And average income from statistic New Zealand, they have already shown June 2014, they have got a median income of 45,000, and currently it's 51,000 per year before tax. So it has a significant increase on the income. So it means that it's got a stronger consumption power. And number three is increased population, especially in Auckland. Auckland is the biggest city in New Zealand, and in 2016 it's got 1.4 million people living in Auckland, and it's about 34% of the population of New Zealand. So yeah, it just making a significant indication that the population is actually concentrated in Auckland City. That's why the demand on the residential property is going up. And it also say we think that 40% of the population is actually born overseas. So it's also showing that the attraction for immigrants coming to New Zealand, the first choices is Auckland. Number 5 is the housing. Number 4 is housing demand on the market is higher than supply. As you can see, the supplies on the market with increasing population, there is a big shortage of supplies on the market. So the price actually gone up with the demand and supply principle.
Quency?
Number 5.
Your video is not working. Behind you?
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot.
Just went to sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
Yeah, sorry.
the timer, if you can give her credit for the time she's resolving that. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. So number 4 is, number 5 is building cost increase. Now you can see the building cost actually is average is about like 2,500 to 3,000 per square meter for just a normal residential house. So I've got a client tell me that he's got a 300 square meter house in Mission Bay, and the building cost for that is 1.5 mil. So average out is about like 5,000 per square meter. It's sort of like a high-end sort of like product. But I believe that the housing price, because of the building costs go up, the price is actually going up as well. Number 6 is increased number of immigrants. As you can see that more immigrants coming into the country. Early this year, they have already said that Auckland is nominated as the top 10 best living cities in the world. So it will attract more people coming to New Zealand. And number 7, stronger consumption power, as I say, because of the income is increased and is improved, so the consumption power actually is better. And the last is lowest home loan interest rate. We actually experienced the lower home loan interest rate ever. So as you can see, if we do an assessment, maybe you can work out if you are getting a rental property with income coming in, sometimes the expenses can be offset, as well as the if you can put little contributions towards that. Whether you are first home buyer or an investor, it is worth for you to do an assessment if you're possible to buy something, how much deposit you have got, and how much on price range of the property is comfortably for you. And the next thing is, what is the mortgage amount you can afford, and what is the repayment as such. So don't rush into anything. Don't rush into a conclusion. When you work out the numbers, it will be giving you a better idea what you're going to do, what is your position, whether it is the time for you to take action, or you have to wait for a bit longer. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Quency, for delivering the speeches this morning. And I